Although this gentleman plays this as a joke, and to see the entire video is rather funny, because there are Christians who would go in into a store like this and believe that they are casting out the demons of negativity, of evil, out of different Halloween props and things of that nature. And as he walks around this store that has Christmas decorations as well, when he sees a cross or an angel, he gives it praise. And then when he sees a Christmas tree, he talks about how the Bible tells you not to bow down and worship and to paint trees or decorate trees in remembrance or worship, to which he's absolutely correct in that statement. But what is funny to me is that as we do approach this fall season and approach Halloween, that many of the rituals and things that you have within Christianity came from what Christians would call pagan religions. And All Hallows Eve, or All Saints Day, which is the very next day, is one of those creations that as the Romans were going around Christianizing everyone after Theodosius, through a long process of taking other people's worship, other people's religion, and incorporating them into the universal church, also known as the Catholic Church, which means universal. They incorporated these holidays that other people were so caught up into worshiping and converted them into a Christian-like holiday. You see, there are different origins of Halloween, because most people in most religions, especially in Europe, believe that on that particular day of October 31st, that the thinnest veil between the ancestral world and our current matter world was open and available at that time. And depending upon which group you're looking at, you either had it where they came out and they were searching for virgins, and you provided food for these ghosts and goblins to prevent them from coming out and taking your virgins or haunting your homes or killing you or things of that nature. And so the people would dress up so that they would look like the ghost and they would not be harmed and can pass by them. They also decorated trees with rotten fruits and things of this nature to pay homage to these people or to trick these people, depending upon which group you're looking at. When you look at the people in Mexico and Central America, when they had their Day of the Dead, this is when they believed that veil was thin and they can communicate with their ancestors as well. So the Catholic Church had no choice but to create All Saints Day, a day that you commemorate all the different saints that have gone before you, which is just another form of ancestry worship in order to incorporate other people's belief and make it easier for them to transition into Christianity. And so most of your holidays that you are dedicating towards Christianity actually has its roots based in what you would call pagan holiday. Easter is not so much from Esther, even though some of her ornaments are there, meaning the bunny and the egg, mainly the egg. The bunny can be traced back to England with a certain rabbit that would have litter after litter after litter, and it would seem like that it was doing so without consummating, but it comes from this English hare. But the egg definitely comes from something from Esther, and there are plenty of different religions that had the cosmic egg involved in it. So Easter became that with that. But the main pagan thing from Easter is the spring equinox. It is the time frame when the day now outlasts the night, and then this is the sun defeating the darkness, defeating the night. So it is the resurrection of life on earth when you now go about and plant all your crops so that you can have a good harvest in the fall. Christmas was a holiday that was based on the sun finally stopped setting south, and the days stopped getting shorter and shorter, and now the days are getting longer because now the sun sets 1 degree north, which is the beginning of the victory of the sun over the darkness, which was really about, if you can make it this far in winter and survive, then there is the promise of spring coming and the promise of life. So you are surviving the dead of winter. So that's where that comes from. Saturnalia plays a little bit of part in it, but Saturnalia was literally more around 6-7 days later in the holidays, in the Roman holiday calendar, than the actual December 25th, which is why many of your deities, your sun deities, your rebirth deities, have their birthdays on December 25th. So although he's in there trying to pull the goblins and the ghosts and demons, spirits, and those things out of these objects, there are Christians who will just fall into that because of doctrine, not because of fact. So y'all have a great day, and remember always, you got to free yourself to be yourself, because your greatness is non-negotiable. Good journey, good vibrations.